By the way, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room with.
We talked about adding integers, we talked about subtracting integers. Okay, the last thing that we're going to do today is called absolute value. When we talk about absolute value, what we're talking about is, we're talking about the value of something in its purest form, in its absolute form. Okay? To make a long story short, anytime you see something that says absolute value, your answer is always going to be positive. Absolute value is negative, is never a negative answer. It's always positive. Okay, let's look at our number line. When we talk about positive and negative numbers, this is how they fall on the number line. Let's say we have -5 right here. We have -4, we have -3, we have -2, and we have -1. And then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? When we talk about absolute value, the symbol that you see will look something like this. If they say, what's the absolute value of 8? Your response is just going to be simply 8. If they ask you, what's the absolute value of -8? Your response is going to be 8. Absolute value is always positive. Now, when this comes into play, and what I'm guaranteeing that you're going to see on the test is, they're going to ask you the distance between 2 points. When you're dealing with the number line, your answer is always going to be absolute value. And what they'll do is they'll try to put a dot over here where there's a negative value of a number, and they'll put a dot over here where there's a positive value. And the question is say, what is the distance between, let's say that they call this point B, and they call this point A. The question is going to say, what is the distance between point A and point B? What you want to do is, you want to start at point A. And you want to count how many numbers lie before you get to point B. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your answer to that is going to be 7. And what confuses people is that you have a -4. So a lot of people think that your answer is going to be something negative. No, it's not. Even if they were to ask you what's the difference between B and point A, what would your answer be then?
7.
7. Because it's going to be the same amount that lies in between each one. Okay? So, let's say, and this works for, let's take money, like bank account issues. Let's say that you have -$5 in your account. Okay? And you need to have your account. You want to have your account with $5 in it.
You want to have your account with the $5 in it?
You want to have your balance on your account, $5, right? And you have -5 in there right now. How much money do you need to put in your account?
10.
You need 10, right?
Yeah.
And why would you need 10?
Because you already on a negative. You need that negative to be squashed and then have 5 more extra dollars.
Same
so
thing.
You can make it 10.
Same thing applies here. We start at -5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Does everybody see that? Mm-hmm. So we talk about absolute value, just understand our answer is always going to be positive.
Okay.
That's the main thing to understand with absolute value. And it's going to be about the number of units that are in between one point and another point. I'm guaranteeing you see this kind of problem on your test. Any questions about this? Okay, good job.
Clap along if you feel like a